Newport County's great escape of 2016-17 in League Two will live long in the memory of every supporter, and probably in the memory of a lot of other supporters of other clubs too. It was quite a story, and for us fans, it was quite the roller coaster ride, as we all know. And no, it was one of the most stressful, nervous, and anxious times of my life, and I'd imagine that goes the same for every one of you as well. And what resulted was worth every bloody second, to be honest with you. So we've seen all the highlights, we've seen all of the interviews and all the pictures, but one thing you haven't seen yet is the great escape through the eyes of the fans. And that's exactly what this is now. The great escape. So then, let's take it back to Leyton Orient home. Bad weather on the horizon, so where the club had initially bought some pitch covers on the advice of the Football League, waterproof pitch covers. They were laid out the night before. Heavy rain, that was expected. There was absolutely no way that game was going to be on unless we actually got them covers down. But somebody had to go down and get them off, and myself and many other supporters volunteered our Saturday morning, to go down and actually help get those covers off. And it was really, really tough. Now we're talking sand everywhere. I mean everywhere, all over you. We're talking aching for days afterwards. We're talking the sand getting into the ends of your fingers and ripping them apart. I actually had bleeding, and I actually had holes in my fingers for weeks afterwards. It was horrible, but worth it to get that game on, because for us that was going to be the last chance under Wesley that we were going to have to put ourselves on a winning run. You know, a comfortable win at home could have set us up really well. The thought of losing didn't really cross anybody's mind, but unfortunately we got beat 4-0. The manager's team selection and tactics came into question, and I think unanimously we really believed that our club was down and out of the Football League, and there was nothing we could do to get it back. But the one thing, we were always going to be determined to go down with a fight. But with Graham Wesley at the club, nobody had anything good to feel from the club. He brought such dark clouds over us, storm clouds, and we needed something to clear the air. We had to get rid of him and put someone in charge that was going to galvanise our club. And thankfully, the board of directors listened to the fans. It was the most unanimous thing I'd ever seen over social media. It was the call for Wesley's head, and they listened. They sacked him, and brings us on to our first game. It was 12 games left to save our skin, basically, and we put local hero Michael Flynn in charge. And Crewe Alexandra was our first game of the Flynn era, and I remember if Wesley was in charge, there was absolutely no way I was going to go to Crewe. I just really, really didn't want to go if he was in charge. But they sacked him, they put Flynn in charge, and I simply had to be there. And I think on both counts, it was pretty much the same for everybody else, you know, that went or would have wanted to go. So we really felt as though under Flynn, you know, we would get a bit of passion back in the club, and we would go down with a fight, or at least stay up. You know, if we were going to stay up, this was going to be the way we were going to do it. But if we couldn't stay up, if the task was too great, then at least we go down fighting. So that brings us to game number 1. This was Crewe, and no one was expecting this, to be honest with you, but this is how it went down.
Come on, Jazzy! Come on! Go on!
glad we got the win. Scenes of jubilation there, something that we'd not got. We got used to losing games, so it was so nice to just go away and actually win a game. Enjoy our away trip for once. Go home and watch the Football League. So, I mean, who honestly had it on record? I did, and I enjoyed watching it that day. And as you can see, the scenes there, they were great. The Flynn era, that's when we really believed that the Flynn era was going to take off. We got an unexpected win. We come from behind to win. We scored goals. We looked good at the back. Things had changed dramatically just by doing one simple thing, and that's getting rid of that. Well, I'm not going to swear on this one. I did promise I'm going to keep the swearing down, but there you go. We actually managed to get a win. It was really good, a really good feeling. We are going to go down with a fight now, and it brings us on to the next game. Immediately then on the Tuesday night, we had a trip to Morecambe, who were on a losing run. So with us winning and them being on a losing run, we really felt we had a chance of making it 2 out of 2. So here's a quick clip of that one.
Just an actual picture. But when you take a photograph?
Yes, come on! You're taking a photograph. You're taking a photograph.
2 wins out of 2. I mean, oh my God, we were onto something here. We'd closed the gap from 11 points to, I think it was around about 8 at this point, and there were still 10 games left. So we really felt we really had a chance, considering the home games that we had. I think a lot of people were saying if we win 5 or 6, then we could stay up. So this set us in good stead. 6 points, back-to-back wins. We'd only done it once throughout the season, back-to-back, and this was the second time. We really felt we were onto something here. And obviously, we had to play Blackpool at home the next game. Unlucky in that one. We lost that one 3-1. But thinking about it, though, we could have been 3 or 4 down in the first half. But by the way it went in the second half, we were very, very unlucky not to get a point out of it. But it's just how games go. We lost 3-1. They were the better team, really. So we can't really argue. And that brings us to the next game. Obviously, we had Luton at home. And there was definitely a feeling of the need for revenge in this one. That if we're going to claw our way back into contention to stay up, then it was going to be at the cost of their promotion bid. So here's something from that game. Get the win in that one. We got a draw. We come from behind. Penalty was a penalty this time, as it goes. But obviously we gave their manager some stick after the stuff he said about our club at the beginning of the season. Oh, he got it bad. But I enjoyed every second of that, to be honest with you. It's just a shame Cameron McGeehan wasn't around to get some of that stick too. But we went on to Pompey away in the next one, and we were quite unlucky in this one. Although for an hour they were the better team, and 2-0 up on merit. But the way things went and the changes that we made in the second half, if there was 10 minutes more, we would have turned it round to 3-2. And that is the belief of pretty much everybody that was there. But the next game, we had Crawley at home, and we really felt that this was a winnable game. So the setbacks, we dropped points over the previous 3 games. The setbacks, they didn't hold us back that much. I think the gap was still around about the 8-point mark at this point. So Crawley at home. Here's some clips from there. You won't get tenable game, a winnable game. We won. We got the win. A great goal from Demetriou, who's obviously proven to be one of the big heroes of the Great Escape. Someone who couldn't really get in the starting lineup that often under Wesley, especially at the beginning. He was coming off the bench an awful lot. Same with Alex Samuel. I mean, you know, obviously the manager's team selection was wrong. Flinney got it right, in my opinion, in every single game in the Great Escape. And in the next game, he got it bang on. Exeter away. No one expected nothing in this one because of their form. But check this out. What a time to get your first professional goal as well, you know, for the club whose youth system you come through. I know he's from Bristol, but he came through our youth system. He got given his Football League debut by us, and he scored his first Football League goal with us. And what a time to get it, and what a goal, and what an unexpected win. I mean, a lot of Exeter fans outside the ground were saying, obviously, oh yeah, the ref was in your pocket and all that. I said, yeah, well, try being us all season, mate, you know, because it's been in the other team's pocket in pretty much every game on the build-up to this. So yeah, we deserved one. Whether they had shapes or penalties, I don't know, and I personally don't care. But that, for me, was possibly the most vital 3 points of the Great Escape, because this was when we were expecting to lose. On to the next one, and we felt another winnable one on this one. Yeovil home, who were falling into contention for relegation by this point, and if we beat them, we were dragging a third team into it, which bettered our chances, because any one of them could have gone on a losing run and we could have bested them. But at this point, I think the gap was only about 5 points now, so we really started crawling it back. So here's some footage from the crowd in Yeovil at the Yeovil home game. What a free kick, and what a left foot. I said, what is it with us picking up left backs who've got a cracking left foot on them? You know, Andy Sandell, Scott Barrow, Dan Butler, and obviously now Mickey Demetrio. So, yeah, we got the win. We pulled Yeovil into contention with it, and we were going to Plymouth with a real score to settle because we feel they shouldn't have beat us 3-1 at our place earlier in the season. We felt hard done by in that one because of refereeing decisions. This is one of the worst ones of the season, Plymouth at home, especially after they took Anfield from us, because that would have solved everything. Although, we're talking about giving a nice chunk of money to Graham Wesley, so maybe losing out on Anfield was something of a blessing in disguise, but we went to Plymouth with a real score to settle, but they pumped us 6-1. For me, that was one of the biggest down moments of the Great Escape period, because I thought Plymouth are just taking it all from us. I mean, 6-1 completely smashed our goal difference, which was an advantage of ours until that day. The only plus side is that Hartlepool went to Leyton Orient expecting to win and lost 2-1 after going 1-0 up. This is where we thought, again, I think this is it, until that scoreline turned around. So 6-1, but at this point, we're only a point. We are only a point away. After we beat Yeovil, we got ourselves to within a point. So on to Accrington home, we're another form team, another team we weren't expecting to beat, but check this out. Beat them 1-0. Skin of our teeth win, obviously, but you know, we'll take them. It's the kind of wins we've been failing to achieve throughout the season, and Hartlepool lost to Barnet, and obviously you've seen by that clip, the one clip obviously showed where all the celebrations were ringing around not long after we'd scored, that Hartlepool were losing to Barnet, and they went on to lose 2-0. So what a day. I mean, we pulled ourselves out of relegation for the first time since November, and obviously with 2 games left, we had Carlisle and Notts County. Carlisle is a ground that we tend to win at, so we were going there thinking that we got a real chance at this one. But the belief, this is where the belief set into everyone. Check this out. Ringing around the stadium, the Great Escape, absolutely unbelievable. But there you go. We were out of relegation, and it was in our hands for the first time since whenever. I mean, November was the last time we were out of relegation, and now it's back in our hands. What an absolute achievement! Even if we did go down now, what an absolute achievement, you know, to push it to the point that we did. But Carlisle, although we went 1-0 up, and Hartlepool lost to Cheltenham. Unfortunately, they came back and they beat us 2-1. But still in our hands, still 2 points. Notts County, last game of the season. A lot of people predicted it would go to this game. So check these scenes out. Night time to go on the fucking pitch. It's so fucking time. I ain't climbing over this. No fucking. He's one of our own. He's one of our own. He's one of our own. Slow Evans. He's one of our own. He's one of our own. He's one of our own. Slow Evans. He's one of our own. We are staying up, say we are staying up. We are staying up, say we are staying up. We are staying up, say we are staying up. We are staying up, say we are staying up. We are staying up, say we are staying up. The Great Escape to his completion, and oh my god, what absolute scenes. I mean, what a day. I mean, I don't think I've ever felt that kind of feeling of jubilation at all since following the county. I mean, obviously Wembley was something special, but this, it was like Wembley was achieving something. This was preventing something really important from being taken away from us, which for me it just made it that little bit more important. But what an absolute journey, what an absolute hero Michael Flynn is, and what a club we follow. And it just goes to show, the question I've been asking all season is, does Newport really want a Football League club? Well, they turned up in their numbers and they answered that question as loudly as they could. They do want a Football League club, which is why now I hope this goes on into next season. But honestly, what a time. And there you have it though, the great escape through the eyes of the fans. Obviously the footage taken was footage done by either myself or other members of the Amber Army supporters group. So I hope you all enjoyed that. A different look and a different take on the Newport County Great Escape of 2016-17. There you have it. Thanks all for watching, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We're doing some great things at the moment, more videos like this on the horizon, and hopefully some interviews with some players and some managers. So